That's a lot of spin. I mean, this is just a nice 3/4 sort of partial one as well. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So today, Michael, my boy, we have some new wedges. You love a wedge.
Love a wedge. Love a clean-looking wedge.
Well, just as well, we have some clean-looking wedges for
Love
you to see. We have the brand new Mizuno T24. Mizuno, obviously known for clean. I don't know if it gets much cleaner than that.
Yeah, that is very clean. Lots of room for
Stamping opportunities.
Comes in a raw finish, and they're tour satin. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. It's got some tech that we've seen from other wedge companies or companies that sell a wedge as well, which is that almost hydro pearl finish, like a Ping. Cleveland has one. Mizuno has them on the T24s. Smart technology. I think it's good to have. But this is their players line of wedges. To me, it always looks very compact. This head, very traditional looking next to their S23s, which are obviously definitely chunkier, a little bit more help.
A bit like those two for the golfer it's aimed at.
Totally, but for the Mizuno enthusiast, this is right up their alley.
A little bit of a progression in number of grooves, which we've seen in the past as well from some other companies. So we tend to want more grooves when we get into the higher lofted clubs, obviously trying to promote that friction. When we get a little bit less loft, we don't need it quite as much. The ball stays on the face a little bit longer, so we tend to not need it quite as much. Variety of bounce and grind options,
Yeah,
Michael?
I think there's five grind options, which is pretty cool. So they're definitely expanding their, offerings. It's not as large as what some other offerings that we have in the Matrix, but definitely a nice little upgrade from them.
Yeah, definitely. It looks great, looks clean, but again, as always, the proof will be in the testing. So let's look at some.
Let's do it.
All right, Mikey boy. A bit of a different start to the test. We don't normally start at the pitch and wedge of the set, but I think we should moving forward because lots of people are still wondering when there's a 46-degree sort of opportunity, should they go with that versus their set wedge?
Yeah, definitely.
So I don't know if you have an opinion on that, but...
I mean, I like a set wedge sometimes for a little bit more forgiveness. I think players that are going into a 46 most of the time, generally maybe a bit of a better ball striker, playing that blade, because if you're ZX5 or if you're a Hot Metal Pro player, and then you go that into...
Am I a Hot Metal Pro player? Or?
You're not. I'm just saying for the customer out there.
Well, there's a bit of point you get on there.
Who goes into that 46, that's like going from something very forgiving to a blade. You could sacrifice definitely a bit of distance.
Yeah. I tell you what, this is a quality product. Dynamic Gold Tourist US4, multi-compound black grey. I mean, that's a quality product.
It's a build
right off the shelf.
We'd probably put in our bag, no problem.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it feels really, really premium. A bit low on the blade, Mikey.
Yeah, a little skinny.
But you're going to get a penalty for that. That's probably one of the reasons maybe not to, if that's your jam, which it tends to be for me. A little bit of a thin wedge. Better. Higher in the face. A bit thin, but not bad.
Yeah, get away with it. Swing. Not bad.
Yeah.
Very simple.
All right, Mikey boy. Wedge felt nice.
Yeah.
No surprises. Maybe lacked a little bit of that pop.
Yeah.
So it's probably not going to be, if you've got some speed, good on you, crack on. But
yeah, it's
if you don't,
true player's wedge.
Don't expect too much help.
Yeah.
All right, 54. Rule of thumb for you guys. At the speed that I swing at, so if you swing similar speed to me, you'll lose, you should lose about 3 yards for every degree of loft that you're adding. So in this case, we're going to be looking at somewhere in the region, Mikey, of we've got a 6 yard difference. Right, how's your 3 times table?
Real good, 115.
Go through, yeah, 150. Well, I'll go 110. I'm more likely to be.
Oh, there you go, calculator.
Bit more rounded, interesting. Shape change there.
Okay.
So was definitely a bit straighter in the lines. This is quite rounded.
Offset stays okay.
To me now, because of obviously when you look down the hosel and then you get to the head and you start to see lots of sort of curvature, much more that kind of pear shape. That's not for me.
Right.
I'll be honest. I like that straighter edge and that. I always get my wedges, the leading edge straight. And so, yeah, that kind of caught me a little off guard there. I wasn't expecting that. I'm having to kind of push the speed a little bit, to be honest, to get it there. I mean, that was an 89 mile an hour, 54-degree wedge.
10-9.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's quite a lot of spin, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's quite a lot of spin. Yeah, it's quite getting the number, but they're very high in spin. I think sometimes I tend to find my wedges, Mikey, is once you get a little bit the rawness of the groove out and the spin kind of like just quietens down a little bit. It'll go more of the distance. I think the ball speed is in the right place for it to go the right distance.
A little too spinny out of the package right away.
I think that's all that is.
Yeah.
I think that's all that is. All right. There certainly are. I mean, spin is what you're after. You're going to get some. Let's go 75.
Still that small pear shape.
Yeah, this suits it a little bit more though for some reason. 54 just didn't quite. I would like the 54 to have been somewhere between this and the, which maybe by measurement it is, but to my eye, maybe I'd like it to look a bit more like the pitch and wedge.
Strike. 10-4 on a little 75-yard shot.
It's a lot. That's a lot of spin. I mean, this is just a nice 3/4 sort of partial one as well.
To give it a bit more to get the number.
Yeah, just a little bit. Again, just a little compensation for these grooves being as sort of feisty as they are. Spice out the wrapper here, Mikey boy.
Some of the numbers, especially on those last few that you hit, maybe for some too high spin, especially if these grooves do die down.
Yeah.
You know, after a couple rounds, it's definitely going to get some time to get used to them.
I think people like it. I think there's no sort of heavy milling. Obviously, I'm playing MG4 wedges right now. Obviously, the texture on those is so aggressive. This doesn't have that. So I think the nature of these, it will retain spin over a long, long time. There's nothing on here that I expect to die away. So pretty good. All right, Mikey boy. An unsurprising test in a lot of ways. I think the quality spoke for itself. The components are really, really high quality. If we sort of dive into, I'd find with the comparison, we can't even. The spin's so high. Foresight doesn't read 5 digits on this software.
We know they are well over 10.2, 10.3 most of the time, so it's very spinny. The only one downside I would say is when you adjusted them lie angle wise, that finish gets marked up.
It really did, and we've seen that in the past. I mean, you really need to be careful, and it's not like we tape up the hosels.
Yeah, we try everything.
We try everything to not mark them, but it's hard when that white satin. It's very hard not to mark it. So, bit of bag chatter, I could see that being an issue. I think that's why people like raw.
Yeah,
just it hides the wear so much better.
When they get ugly because of the rust, you won't notice it.
But guys, tons of options. I was playing there in the 60, the new sort of 6-degree X grind. Felt great.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, it looks like a lot of people see or, you know, that type of thing. But, you know, it was, you know, nice and low, but I felt like I was really getting some good contact with that 60, which was allowing me to kind of catch those just little kind of flighty, little bit lower launchy ones with tons of spin. I mean, just about 11,000 on almost all of them.
Yeah.
Sometimes more. So, yeah, really, really good stuff, guys. Exactly what you would expect from a Mizuno Wedge. T24, super clean, super premium in all components. I think they've got a winner in their hands. I mean...
No surprise.
No surprise. Absolutely no surprise. We've probably said similar things before about T22 and etc. before that, but, you know, subtle refinements, more options in the lineup, that's what you guys need, and that's really what they've given you.
Totally.
Excellent. All right, stay tuned for more. We'll see you again soon.